Checking connection.
And we're here.
We're here.
Let me get that slap.
Slap it.
Slap, slap. And
yeah,
we're live.
And we're live. And live. And
What's
live.
up,
Look at what we're doing here. Hey guys, welcome. You've found us over here at the What the Fact podcast.
The late.
The late in the day. We're go ahead and we're getting our life. We're gonna do only a 30-minute one today because we have to get to rehearsal. We have a live show this Sunday at the Comedy Chateau. What time, Bo?
7 p.m.? 6 p.m.
6 p.m.
6 p.m.
At the Comedy Chateau. Keep an eye out for the one, the only, Laminetti.
Yes.
A whole bunch of sketches along with Jason Lefkowitz.
There's a stand-up special tonight.
Yeah, recordings.
Yeah, so if you want to be a part of that. Al, can you come over here and just wave to the guys on the live over here?
Let's do a little switch up. Hey guys.
Oh, so there's three of us.
Boom. Let me run this over real quick. So check this out.
Hey.
There we go.
Bam.
And you guys can watch this full episode
on YouTube.
at WTF Satire.
Yep.
Yeah. So
and don't forget to like, comment, subscribe.
Share.
Check it out. Remember, we're doing this is the right thing to do. Comedy is the right way to give it to you guys.
Speaking of which, because we didn't get to do it last time because of technical difficulties, we didn't have a video on the last one. Now on this one, Al, can you point out the hat? Al designed these.
Check this out, guys. Logo, What the Fact.
What the Fact. You
Keeping
can
it
now
real.
get these exclusively. They will be in the link below the video when it comes out. It should be out tomorrow.
So yeah, pretty much we just sit here, we talk about what we think about what's going on.
What's up? Yeah, let's do it.
We say hi to you people.
Let's talk about the elephant in the room. Happy 9/11. Happy holidays.
Well, I mean, I don't know if I'd say happy. I'd just say
Hey, we celebrate July 4th every year.
Remembrance of but July 4th is different than planes flying into.
Listen, I don't need a reason to be happy to take a day off work. This should be a national holiday.
It should be a national holiday. It should be.
So we should be celebrating this.
It is a national, isn't it?
Memorializing.
Is it? It's not a national holiday.
I don't think so.
We got the
Are the
never
banks-
forget. Never forget. Never forget.
What holiday is that?
Never forget. That's all. I mean, I guess you just say that and then people let it go. Never forget.
What holidays never forget?
Today.
Sorry.
Well, guys, with everything going around, the whole 9/11, do you guys think it was an inside job?
Oh man, this is starting off hot.
Yeah, you got it.
Wow,
You
that's
keep,
what we do
keep them
here.
entertained.
Yeah,
That's what we do.
He didn't even.
30 minutes, guys.
Wow, just came in straight hot with it.
Well, answer the question.
The thing, inside job. I think there were people knew.
This
just
is on
like,
YouTube.
This is on YouTube. I'll say people knew that people on terrorist watch lists were here training for something and did nothing. I'll say. Wow.
I think I saw an interview with Gaddafi earlier
That's
today.
pretty good. That's my politician kicking in. Sorry.
That was nice.
I saw an interview with Gaddafi today, and Gaddafi was like, yeah, they were trained in America. They took off from American airports, ran into American towers.
Yeah.
American guns.
It's pretty promising right there. But then there's the engine fuel, couldn't get hot enough to melt steel.
The passport,
and then people heard
that was
explosions.
found.
I saw this awesome meme today. There was a plane flying into the Twin Towers, and Superman stops it. Boom! And then the towers fall anyways. It's like, oh, that's awesome.
I'll tell you this. I grew up in Vegas, Vegas strong, and I'll tell you this. When I was young, we would watch this. I watched the Stardust explode. I watched the Dunes.
Yeah.
I watched many other ones that they imploded. So everybody in Vegas gets around the strip, and we all miles away watch it. Oh, those towers fell like what I watched growing up. That's all I can say. Those towers, and I was like, this isn't real.
Let me ask you guys this: where were you the day of? What happened that day? Can you describe your morning?
I was in school.
Yeah.
And the teacher rolled in a cart. You know, they used to do back in the day. Rolled in the cart with that cathode ray tube CRT TV. I'm a nerd.
Yeah.
And she turned the TV on, and immediately as she turned it on, boom, the plane hit, and I was like, "The fuck are we watching? Die Hard?" I was like, this is first period Die Hard, and then it zoomed out, and you could see there's two towers. So I got to see the second one hit. I didn't see the first.
Yeah. Most people I think saw the second one hit on.
Well, we saw the first one on repeat
Over
all day
and
long. It was like 9 a.m. when I found out. I was going into my second period, and Mrs. Hayes, she goes, oh my god, I can't believe this happened. She starts frantically freaking out. Everybody's like, what's going on? She's like, I gotta run and turn on the TV. She goes, a TV came into the classroom. Bam, they turn it on. Boom! And then bam, second one went right in, and we're like, oh my Lanta, cannot believe it. You know, it was pandemonium. People were getting pulled out of school, and then I don't know if the Pentagon had been hit yet, but people were freaking out. My dad picked me up later. I was like, Dad, why didn't you pull me out of school? It's like, you think they care about you? It makes you realize how small you are in this world. It's like, you got a point, you know?
Wow.
41 trillion missing dollars.
Oh wow, we just started.
That's all right. Let's keep going.
Oh man.
41 trillion missing dollars, I believe. Was it? From Catherine Austin Fitz found out in the Pentagon. That
This
got hit.
is another conspiracy theory. Yeah, apparently like America's debt was insurmountable at that point, and then when they wrecked the towers, the idea is that it reset because there was trillions of dollars lost in it, right?
They hit the Pentagon.
Really?
Oh, it was that the Pentagon was
In
it?
the place that had the files of the debt.
Did you guys see? There's a video that got
Wow.
released today where there's no plane hitting the Pentagon.
It was a missile. I'm not saying
Well,
anything.
see, we're not trying to get on. Everything's allegedly.
This is on YouTube. folks.
Allegedly.
Well, yeah, so what, guys? Let's just talk about conspiracy theories. I don't care. Allegedly,
I
it's
was-
allegedly that they fell. You know,
I was.
they're still standing there right now.
watching. I was getting picked up by a friend of mine. We were going to class. It was in college, and she came in. I'm coming down the stairs, and she's like, "Did you see what happened?"
Oh,
I was like, "What? What are you talking about?" She's like, "Planes just hit the towers in New York." I'm like, "Shut up." We pop it on, and again, just like you guys have mentioned, all of a sudden we're watching it, and I'm seeing the smoke of the first one. I'm like, "What?" All of a sudden, you're like, "Poof." And just like kind of your response of Die Hard, I thought it was a movie. I didn't think it was like a real thing. I was just like, huh. And then we went to our class, and it was the class we were in was like it was tech, right, for theater. So where you have to learn how to build sets and do all that stuff. So that was the class we were in.
Harrison Ford.
Right, and we were in there, and the guy who was our teacher, he was like this kind of old school hippie, kind of stringy hair, like, "Yo, what's up, man?" You know. And he goes, I'll never forget this. He goes, "You guys don't want us to go to another war like Vietnam." He's like, "We don't want another Vietnam. I lost too many good friends there. We don't want another Vietnam." And that's I'll never forget that day of him saying that. And 20 years later, another Vietnam.
Here we are.
I remember this. I don't know if did you guys know anybody that lost their lives that day?
There was a kid in school. Who was ROTC, and he went to that war, and he was 17. And because of ROTC, he was able to somehow do something and go. And that was the only kid in school.
But you didn't
I
know
guess I
anybody
meant
who died
I meant
on-
in the towers on
towers.
9/11.
In the towers.
Sabina, my wife, was working at the bottom and called in that day.
Really?
Of the Twin Towers?
Her mother called her. My mother-in-law called, and she was like, "Where are you? What?" And she was barely waking up. Like, if you ever ask her. It's really crazy.
Oh my gosh! Why don't we
You
have
guys-
Sabina on the show? Right, call her. You need to get here
no,
right
we're
now.
Where is she? Where is she?
No, we're okay. We're not
I
gonna do a
think she's out with
phone
friends.
microphone call. Yeah, can you tell us your
And what
story?
hit-
Why can't we have our first call in? Why not? Come
Man,
on.
we
Let's
have
take
a-
this thing to the next level, guys.
Through the microphone.
I don't want no's. I want yes ands. That is the rule of improv.
Yes.
Do we have anybody here talking about their experience?
Any
Or
comments?
what was that? It's
Can,
real far
can
to
you
see.
read it from there?
I'm trying.
Bo,
I'm
you wanna
trying
look?
to see.
No.
Can you read? Go look. Check it out.
No. I just see a lot of waves.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. No, that's us.
Yeah,
Say
I
hi.
knew this kid in in class named Kyle Morris. His uncle was working there, and he did not go to work that day. I think
Wow.
he had just left or something. It was the same thing, so he was
Really?
fine. Yeah, it was wild. Kid was freaking out.
Wow.
And I don't blame him. You know.
Yeah, no, of course. I mean,
Yeah.
why wouldn't you? Yeah, no one that I knew. You know, we're
I'll
in the
tell you who
Midwest.
else didn't go. All the executives that were of a certain race.
Is that true?
Yep.
You sure?
Of a
Hold
certain
on.
race?
You sure about
A
that? Wait,
certain
before you toss
creed,
that.
no,
Before you toss
nope,
that out
I've
there.
I've done way too much homework, guys.
Okay. Well,
Let's hear it. I want to hear it.
I can't. It's not good.
Well, you can't bring that up and then I.
Tune in next time.
Well, the big story today is that Joe Biden went to Alaska instead, and Kamala Harris and Ron DeSantis are celebrating at Ground Zero or memorializing people at Ground Zero.
Who told him Alaska?
Yeah, why would you schedule a trip to go to Alaska?
well, he's got to make sure all the leases that he shut down aren't going to open up for our natural gas use.
Is that why
All
he
the
did that?
oil.
Of course.
The oil.
Or did he do it because he doesn't care about this country at
Well,
all?
Both can be the same.
Right.
Shut down the oil so we're energy independent. Don't care. Gotta leave on 9/11 because I don't care. You know.
I just think, maybe he's a little bit of an embarrassment to have because if he falls down, what does that symbolize?
I mean, it's
the third
I think he's
tower.
been falling. So
Well,
that
yeah.
that kind of symbolized. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, real sad.
They gotta. This stuff is so crazy. Just watching this person stumble around and everyone's like, Bidenomics is working, and you're like, yeah. We just have to just mention how homie Al went and picked up some kombucha. Now it's $5 out here in LA. It's like,
the price has gone up.
Let's be a little more personal right here. Not many people buy that kombucha. A lot of people do. Not a lot. Look at
California.
Starbucks prices. Starbucks prices before the pandemic for a grande vanilla latte or something was like $3, maybe $4.
okay.
Not that we drink
The
that.
other day I got one,
I don't drink.
$5.75, and then these guys still
$5.75.
want a tip.
It's $5.75.
$5.75.
You should tell them the tip was, hey, because of what you fought for higher minimum wage, that's your tip.
No, I tell them
that's
your tip is the inflation. I mean,
Have you heard of the dollar milkshake theory?
no.
Okay, so this is a little bit in the finance realm. It's the longest running theory. It's the dollar milkshake theory. The milkshake, the price of a milkshake is the price of a milkshake during this time to that time to this time. And right now it is beyond. The ratio is beyond. How much is it for a milkshake at McDonald's?
I have no idea.
I don't either.
Yeah, well, you should know that before you bring up the theory.
Yeah.
Well, it's
You're like, hey, I got a theory, guys. I don't know the second.
Google it right now. It's one of the longest running theories, and it's basically
We
telling
got him
you,
now, guys.
No, it's basically telling you to keep an eye on the prices now. And some people have done it. I've seen it on TikTok.
Why don't you look it up right now so we can tell them?
I can't. My phone is all the way.
Oh,
over
you're
there. I
doing
know.
it live. You're
I
doing it
would have
live.
already been like,
But he's
The
doing
dollar
it on
milkshake,
effing. You know what? We do have a computer here. We can always do it.
Yeah.
You
I'll
move
tell
on.
you what, I do love
move on to
milkshakes
next.
though. I went to Baskin Robbins last week and got an Oreo cookie shake, and it was fire.
Oreo.
You guys ever make milkshakes at home?
no.
What? Come on.
I don't have that patience.
What do you mean you don't have the patience? Do you like milkshakes?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, then that might be the problem.
I don't like cooking either. I don't like cooking.
You don't have to cook. You literally just throw ice cream into a cup and then add milk, and you squish it around until you can drink it.
I thought you were saying blender. I would have done it with a blender.
Yeah.
You can, I mean, but then it's not hand spun, you know.
All right, the dollar milkshake theory. All right.
What is a dollar milkshake theory?
It's a milkshake theory is an economic thesis that predicts that the U.S. dollar will prevail against all other currencies despite the current global economic uncertainties.
Well, that does make a lot of sense.
Why?
Because America, for the longest time, until recently, America, for the longest time, has controlled the global currency. Everybody uses fiat in order to transfer oil. They have to transfer it into American dollars before they can send it. Now, since BRICS Nation is forming, I don't know how much longer that theory is going to hold.
Oh, who just joined in the BRICS now? Saudi Arabia?
Everybody.
Everybody.
Yeah, there are 41, I believe. They're trying for 41 countries.
Oh my gosh,
I hope
including
you're ready,
Saudi
America.
Arabia.
Saudi Arabia.
Oil. I hope you're ready, America.
Wow.
Why?
That's
Why?
actually one thing I said to a friend of mine.
Well, essentially, unless you were of money tendering age and understood what that was in the 1971, you've never not known what it is to not be on top with the dollar becoming the dollar till they got it off the gold standard. Mm-hmm. Thank you for the Bretton Woods, and then in 2008 we finally took over the whole world with the fiat. So exactly what happened in 2008 is going to happen now with the whole world because of us.
Well,
What?
and then you were also saying, like, he said, look forward to it, America, because I was talking to a friend of mine back home in Chicago when I went to visit my mom, and she was, it's just so funny. Those areas that I grew up was very liberal. The righteous indignation is fantastic, because I'm like, you don't want to live as the country not on top when you've been on top. And she said, yeah, okay, well, yeah, I do. Okay, we'll see. I go, no, we all lose on that.
Can one of you guys explain what BRICS is? BRICS nations?
Yes, the BRICS nations first originated from, you could say, our most enemies that we were abusing in a sense, which is Brazil, Russia, India, China, right? BRIC, BRICS,
Brazil
and then
never really.
S is for South Africa. Sorry. So
Yeah.
South Africa with the gold. Everyone who basically says, look, like Bo said, we don't want to go. I don't want to get my Alistair money and trade Siaka, but have to go to American dollars because Siaka only takes American dollars because that's what he made the deal with America.
So basically, the alliance is a monetary system backed on gold,
Yeah, like we used to be.
and that challenges the American monetary system,
Which is on a dollar.
which has never been challenged, and it hasn't been challenged in years.
Yeah, and every time it was challenged, we saw what happened to those leaders that challenged.
Yeah, you mentioned Gaddafi.
Oh.
You mentioned Gaddafi. You were like, I was watching an interview with Gaddafi. I was like,
He's still
recently?
alive?
Well, it's on because of 9/11.
I know. No, but
I know.
Gaddafi's one of the guys.
I've never known what Gaddafi looked like, and I saw it.
Really?
I was like, oh, he looked like that. He doesn't even
Yeah.
look threatening.
No,
He's got
you should-
long
you should
hair.
look up- you should
Looks
look
kind
him
of
up.
like the not Rolling Stone, but what's his face from not Stone Temple Pilots. From
Slash.
No, from yes,
He does
not
look like
is it Slash?
Slash from.
He looks like Gene Simmons.
Gene
Does
Simmons.
look
He
like
looks
Gene
like Gene
Simmons, too,
Simmons.
yeah.
With the hair. You got it.
Well, you know,
Kiss.
Yeah, I'm like, is that it's Gaddafi.
Speaking of conspiracy,
like a short Gene Simmons though.
yeah, very short. Do you know? Speaking of conspiracies, like that's one of the conspiracies was that he was moving away from the U.S. dollar. He was
Gold.
joining in with this.
Who,
And he-
Gaddafi or Gene
Yeah,
Simmons?
no. 'Cause Gene Simmons always got all the gold, baby. No, but yeah,
Yeah,
Gaddafi.
he does.
Yeah, he does. No, Gaddafi. That was part of what it was, and
Africa.
apparently he was gonna name names. Him and
Did they kill Gaddafi? Is he still alive?
no, they took him
They
out.
took him
What?
out. He was-
Libya.
he was
Remember
the
the whole
first.
Libya thing?
Oh, that was Libya.
That
Okay.
was Libya. Yeah.
So we could go
You know-
in and liberate Libya.
Didn't like Tulsi Gabbard like back when she was running in 2020? They were like,
Hillary?
"Oh, you met? Yeah, that was it. Okay." Hillary was
Yeah.
like, "You met with Gaddafi," and she's like, "Well, I think we should meet with foreign leaders."
Yeah,
and
yeah,
she's
yeah.
like, "You're a traitor."
Yeah.
You know, like
Hillary's just like kill him,
yeah,
which they did.
yeah. Okay.
No, but that
We saw.
Which administration?
He came.
that
he
was
died.
Obama.
That was Obama.
Yeah, it was
Damn.
Obama administration.
Libya was
Yeah,
Obama,
they
okay.
laughed. That's right. They said that. That statement right there. I'm gonna say it again.
We saw. We came. He died.
Yeah.
That's what Hillary said.
To a T, bro.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. These people are sick, man.
Oh my gosh. And you wonder why people think she's got a kill list.
I mean, you say that and you laugh.
47 now.
She says like, "What does it matter? What does it matter?" All right, trying to get to so Gaddafi. Here's a little fun fact: Gaddafi's private guards for the longest time was just females.
I would too.
It was literally like
What a pimp.
It was literally like a Wakanda without all the magical weapons and shit. Like he had nothing. Yeah, like
You have to have magical weapons.
well, that'd be Wakanda,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
No, but he was the African nation that, as a leader, he'd get off the plane and stuff, and you'd see like 50, 60 women just boom, hardcore standing there, like kind of. Remember? Do you remember that "Addicted to Love" video? With
it's a guy and
mine
he's-
and well faces, yo, addicted to love, and the video is just all the girls just going like this.
Oh my god.
Do you remember those? Do you
No,
remember
no,
that? Oh
you
my
guys are
goodness,
old.
this is great.
A little bit older, you know.
A little bit. Well, I'm old. It's fine.
I'm a baby.
It looks. That's what it looked like. It looks like that video where it's like he's walking off and it's just these chicks,
Well, think about
I'm
it.
like,
Some of the best spies, females make some of the best spies.
right?
They
Oh,
get-
yeah.
Tear your heart open, you know.
You know, let me ask you guys. Speaking of spies, I used to after I saw Fargo, I started to think the best spy agency is Hollywood. You tell people, "Hey, we're coming to shoot Wonder Woman in Turkey." Then you're able to get any information in and out. You're able to have meetings. Oh, that's this Gal Gadot talking to, you know.
That's a good point,
You
yeah.
know, I'm like, you go to shoot a movie. You got Sean Penn. Why is he friends with El Chapo if he able to get?
Sean Penn, exactly.
This-
how can you come?
How
talk
can
to
you
El
come down
Chapo?
there and they're shooting these movies where they're down there? Yeah, I had to talk to him for
You
months.
saw what they did with Narcos, right?
I'm like, is El Chapo vaccinated? You know, I mean,
I don't think they do that in
that's-
Mexico.
No, they got him in American jail, brother. But they don't do that for people they bring in from other countries.
No, there's no need. There's no need. They're not here for that.
No.
You're not here to live. Just go and destroy shit and do things, you know.
No, they want us to destroy it. Somebody said, I posted something about, you know, how they recognize now in California that they're trying to do a trans month in August.
What?
yeah.
And they go, yeah. California,
Yeah.
the first
It's
state,
Transgender History Month.
all 3.5 years.
Actually, can I run a joke by you guys?
Wait, hold on. Well, yeah, go ahead, because now I'm like,
California's the first state to recognize Transgender History Month. Weird, because it's the last state to recognize mental health issues.
Ooh,
That's
that was actually
Hey.
good. That's really good. And I don't mean
Be ready for that.
I don't mean actually good, like you're not good. But how many people were watching over there?
Ooh.
They got us 2 solid ones over on my.
Nice. Let me get one of these if you like that.
We have people in there. So again, guys, if you're just catching up, this is our live What the Fact. We have it going on Siaka Massakoy's account plus What the Fact account, and we're recording this, putting it up on YouTube. So check out the links below. Here's some merch. See some funny stuff, and don't forget we have a show
We got a
coming
live
on.
show.
When is the show?
It's this Sunday, 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock. It's going to be with
6 p.m.?
Jason. 6 p.m. No, 7. I said 7, right? No, sorry, 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
The 17th at 6 with Jason Lufkowitz. We're doing it's called the climate change.
The climate. The climate at its worst. The change of climate.
The change of climate at its worst.
And its climate changing worst.
All right, let's see here.
Pretty much, if you like right-wing comedy, if you like comedy that just brings reality and puts facts in front of feelings, then you're probably gonna like this.
I'm trying to get out.
We're trying to.
Hey, there it is.
Live our live.
No, we're just trying to see here. The Instagram does such a great job of making sure people aren't seen. It's fantastic.
What, seen the live?
Oh,
Just
I love
in general.
it. It doesn't matter. Bam.
Yeah.
We got one. Solid.
Yeah, you're in there.
Solid.
This is crazy. They say, okay, so it's crazy how they say they got 3 people in,
Woo.
but 48 others joined after you.
What?
Some more awesomeness from the gram, everybody. You got to love it.
It's just how we do.
No. I think it's 3 are currently watching. 48 others have joined and logged out.
Oh, I thought it said that it joined in right now.
No. It said have joined.
Okay. So
So they ran. Don't run.
Now we got 5.
now, what was that? What was that one we had that we had that commenter that was asking us about that movie that we were supposed to take a look at.
Dude, if you come with
That's-
stuff, you
yeah.
got to know it.
Yeah, I mean,
Irrelevant.
I texted you
It
guys.
was the movie about
That thing.
no, I saw it.
No,
it
it's about. Was it the Nazis or was it the Jews? It was something that they about living the life and having to understand it. I saw it briefly.
I saw you send us that.
Yeah.
You sent it yesterday, right?
All right.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna cut this out.
No.
No, just keep it running.
No, because it was really good what he sent, but it said that we had to watch the whole movie. And I think I have to find a way to watch the movie.
No, I have to do that, man. Come on.
Yeah, you have to find a way to watch the movie so we can talk about it.
Yeah.
Anyways, New Mexico. Guys, no more guns in New Mexico.
Oh,
I don't know if anybody heard about that.
Did you see the protest?
Yeah, well, I
They
saw a
just
little
said-
bit of
They
it.
said nope.
But, I mean, that doesn't stop the fact that New Mexico actually banned or tried
They
to
can't.
ban
They
guns.
did try.
And what's
First
crazy
and
is
second.
the Arizona Democratic House Party then said like something to the effect of like, "Great job."
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It was like, whoa. And I went into work yesterday, and a buddy of mine who I had brought this up to, he's a gun advocate. He's like, that's insane. I can't believe they did that. And then yesterday he texted me. He's like, are you on Reddit? And I was like, I think I joined again a couple days ago. And so I go into work, and I'm like, hey, what'd you ask me for Reddit for? And he's like, there's just an interesting conversation about how she has the right to do that. And I'm like, no, she doesn't. And he's like, he brought up this like exception in the law that she was writing that apparently makes it illegal for minorities but not for white people. And I go, what are you talking about? The whole thing's illegal. He goes, no, you can't say that. Because then I was like, no, bro, I'm a 2A absolutist. You cannot sit here and say any of that is illegal. Get rid of the whole thing. I don't care if there's racism in it. It's all bad.
Yeah.
Emergency or
he's
not?
he's like, but what about the idea of like it being a well-formed militia? I was like, there are commas in there, dude. That's a common argument from the left that you get all the time. Null and void.
Yeah.
And
wow.
it was honestly shocking. I'm
This is the guy who's a pro gun.
pro gun guy, but you just
He's an idiot.
you're
He's
listening
an
to too
idiot.
much left-leaning crap.
No, he's an idiot
No,
because
it's
pro
not idiot.
gun means no. It's an idiot.
No.
Look at the facts. What does it? See, this is the problem that people don't get. Read the whole damn Second Amendment. Okay?
Yeah,
it's
I
not
agree.
for your monkey. It's not for your uncle. And it's not for the goddamn deer across the street. We live in California. It's for when some big ass group of people wearing either this clothing or this uniform come and say, "We're gonna take your shit, whether you like it or not," and you say, "Over my dead body." That's what it's meant for.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what it's meant for. There is. Don't let it. Don't know. There's no gray.
It's not
in
for
it.
hunting.
There's no gray in it.
Yeah.
It's meant for if you're gonna come take my shit, I'm gonna kill you or you're gonna kill me.
Bo, you know what
Well,
I think
the
part
two-
of it is?
I was just wanting real quick, just go over to A. It's well-regulated militia is necessary. You know, it doesn't say that a well-regulated militia and then must have guns. There's commas separating, and then it says for the people to have and carry the right to bear arms,
Yep.
something to that effect.
Yep.
And there are things that are separating it. It's a well-regulated militia is necessary to overthrow a tyrannical government. You know, it's.
That's what it's for.
But
There's
doesn't mean
nothing
you
else.
have to be in a well-regulated militia to own a weapon.
Well, you
You're
know-
guaranteed that right regardless.
You know, I think part of what you're seeing there and like what we're seeing with a lot of these guys where you're just so shocked. Like I thought you were you know.
Oh man.
But you were pro Second Amendment, but I think one thing that we're noticing is that our generation, my generation, and your generation, never had to fight for this stuff.
Right.
So when someone can give them a somewhat logical argument, and I put that in quotes because they just present it as if it's logical, it's easier for someone to go, okay, that makes sense than what the alternative is. Because the alternative of it not making sense is usually you doing something about it.
Well, I think the really sick part about this world right now is they don't have to be logical arguments. And that's the worst part. Look at what happened with COVID. None of those arguments were logical. They were literally just talking points, and people don't have the common sense or logistics to think around it. They go, that's what I'm going to say.
But that's what I mean. We never had to fight for these things. So if you never have to fight for it, the alternative to pushing back against what they're giving you is a fight.
Right.
And since culturally we never had to fight, they can put it in a nice little package, and more people will be willing to give into that because they never had to fight for it. So if we had to fight for it, somebody can come with the snake oil salesman and be like, this will work, it's water. And then you're like, nah, get the hell out of here. But if you never did, then you go, well, let me see. Let's see if our kids like it.
Well,
let's see if this. And then you have that time go by, and now California's in the state it's in because no one ever had to fight for this thing.
I guess I'm confused. Fight for what? Gun rights?
Fight for all of it.
Life.
Everything.
It's-
Gun rights, for economic
we
freedom.
We have. I mean,
No, we haven't.
we've been nonstop fighting since 2020 about
Yeah, but that's
pandemic
no,
restrictions.
that's
Compared to
3
fighting?
years compared to 60 years of this thing being implemented.
Yeah, yeah.
So
compared to fighting,
we're
it's not.
just because it's funny because now you're saying you said anything a second ago. Now it's just guns. Is that what we're talking?
No. Anything. This whole country. The state of our country is because we didn't have to fight for it.
Until what? 2020 or until now?
Until 2020.
Yeah,
2020, people
yeah,
started
I
going,
agree,
oh, but
I
that's
agree.
3 years, and compared to you're 30-something,
Right.
I'm 40-something. I turned 40 in 2020. So for basically my entire life, I didn't have to fight for these freedoms.
No, you're right, you're
And
right.
so now 3 years later, we're going, okay, now everyone's active? No,
Well-
we're going off investments of 60 years to have us
I think
docile,
it's now
you know?
is that with this internet and with the harshness of how quick everything came out, that just more people are aware. But we've been fighting for a long time.
No, we haven't.
Not we, but
No, no,
listen. There's been listen. There's been people who have been saying, blah blah blah. It's in the music.
Yeah, I know.
Blah blah blah.
I know.
It's in Hollywood.
Yes,
blah
but-
blah blah. They're
yes, but
taking our
here's the
taxes.
difference. Here's the
blah,
difference.
Blah blah. They're taking our money.
No, here's the difference. World War II got a whole generation together to fight against the Nazis.
But we had hippies.
As they were yeah, of course.
In
We
the
have
70s,
hippies,
we
we have
had hippies.
communists, but we still didn't have to fight for anything as a society. Individuals fought. Rush Limbaugh, you have your Thomas Sowell, but as a society,
Alex Jones, the Godfather.
yep, right. Alex Jones was right.
Alex Jones
It's
was
amazing to me that his stuff from 20 years ago still holds up. It's like,
Yeah.
wait, what?
Yeah,
They're
'cause he
coming
was
for the kids.
And we thought he was crazy.
right, and so that's the thing. He was someone screaming, but again, like you said,
Yeah, screaming into the air pretty much.
and
Nobody
people were like
believed
they
him.
thought he was crazy. That whole generation
Yep.
that's like you're crazy. Those are our parents.
What was that, Shania?
I agree. Well, you know, there was Vietnam
O'Connor?
though, so not
Vietnam
everything's
Vietnam helped turn us away from fighting for what we believe in
Mm-hmm.
because the media then were like the U.S. military, bam, boom, done and done.
Yeah.
So everything then had to go covert. So in the '80s, when they're doing the Iran Contra illegal war that Reagan did, that was more undercover. But yet we were still big bad America, right? Stallone and all those guys.
Well, we
Rambo.
were living off the supreme money that we just created by stealing from the world in '71. So that's why everything looks great on the downturn at this part. But then now we're fucking here. We're at the end game. Like, you know what I mean? Don't put money into Social Security, guys.
Yeah.
You know, my friend
Yeah.
told me this isn't financial advice, but I don't think anybody's going to have Social Security money
Yeah.
by the time it comes around.
Well, I don't want to get too off topic. Let's go
What
back
do
to
you
the guns real quick.
Yeah.
You said people are protesting. There
Yeah, they
are people
protest
that went to
there.
New Mexico.
Yeah.
They went with their guns,
Yep. Open.
and they're trying to impeach her, right?
Yeah.
So
They're
it is a
gonna
giant step forward for us, and also, you know, this country now has, I think, 26 gun law, constitutional carry laws, and I think New Mexico is one of them where you're allowed to open carry because they constitutionally protect it.
It's interesting.
So she
that
took an
that's-
oath and then denied it.
It's interesting that that's the place where they did that move first.
I thought so
Right.
too.
You know,
yeah,
like
they
that-
could have done it here.
Yeah, it's
and
places-
people would have
or
been
New
for
York,
it.
or New York, or Illinois.
How many people do you think, if they did that in California, would have actually come out and
And rallied
protested?
for it?
Yeah, I don't think that many.
I think we've been more than you think.
Not in L.A.
right,
no,
right,
no,
right,
I
right.
think it'd still be more than.
Well,
you
they probably go to Sacramento
think.
where
Yeah,
it's
they go to
passed.
Sacramento, and I think because you got to think like this: if these parents are driving up there every week, I've seen so many of these parents, these Freedom Group, Freedom Mama, shout out. Denise Aguilera. She's been going up there like crazy. Shout out. If they're doing that consistently,
About what? Let 'em
about
know.
parents, about the parents' parental rights, about these bills that are passing, like 866, all these different bills that just passed, or one that just passed recently, that now it's going to Newsom's desk. That if you do not affirm your child's
Yep.
gender,
What?
they will take 12 and up. They will remove your kids. That is happening. If Newsom signs this into law, that is happening in California as statewide law moving forward.
Well, and then you
Moving
see
the
them, recognize August as Transgender History Month, and you're going, oh my God.
right? Why don't they just say like at the end of Price is Right, make sure you spay and neuter your kids. You know,
Do you
that's
guys know?
That's pretty much what they're
Do you
doing.
guys know,
Cats
like,
and dogs.
transgender history has to be a short history. Like, they put it in the
like 3
longest,
years.
hottest month. Yeah, it's like 3 years.
3 years.
But so I started looking it up on last night on
history?
Yeah. And they push it. They go, it goes as far back as like 222 AD. There was this guy named Marcus, not Marcus Aurelius, the one that we know, but another Marcus Aurelius who went by a nickname like Igala, blah blah blah. And he apparently was like the worst Roman emperor. He was only emperor for 4 years, had like 5 wives, and they killed him. And throughout the entire Wikipedia page, there's only 3 paragraphs dedicated to some sort of idea that he was fluent in gender and that he wanted a reassignment surgery. And I'm like, you guys are pulling teeth to try to make it seem like it's been. And you guys hear the other thing about Shakespeare, right? They used kids that dressed up as women, and that's where trans started. Like, no,
they were men.
They were men they were boys that portrayed women because they had higher voices. Shakespeare
Like
used
Peter
them,
Pa- like
but
Peter
that's
Pan.
not. That doesn't mean they're trans. No.
You know what's funny about that too? I love that they do that. They go, oh, we'll go back to 22 AD or BC or whatever.
It's been around forever.
Here's the thing.
Jesus was a woman.
I know, right?
Because he had long hair.
But they say that, and
the
it's
dress.
like because we don't know history, they just leave it alone. It's like, okay, well, because murder's been around forever doesn't mean it's cool.
Right.
Like these things have been around forever. It's an example. It's not an exception. The exception to the rule just proves the rule. So these people, when they're saying all this stuff, and they're going, "Well, it's been around for this stuff." Like, great, has society actually worked? Yeah, I know. Ginger's over there. Ginger's over there giving Bo some awesome love. We don't get any camera shot of that. I know. That's my dog. For
Little
those of
pup.
you who knows Ginger.
She's on her back,
Flipped
legs
over.
in the air.
Flipped over and get you a quick shot. I'm gonna go check out the. Hold on.
Oh my gosh. I've never seen a dog sleep like that in my life.
Little puppy love.
Stay.
Look at this.
Rush Limbaugh had more listeners than CNN and MSNBC and combined, and they never liked about him.
Yeah, that's right. Rush Limbaugh was a big one.
Yeah, they hid him from the public like crazy. Let's see if we have any other comments. We got to double check the comments.
We're checking the comments right now, guys. Checking the comments on the other page.
All right.
Nice. So yeah, guys, check us out on YouTube. You can see all of our
rock and roll.
singles,
We
our
got-
skits.
We got some rehearsals to do.
It's gonna be good.
Yep.
I think. So, guys, make sure you check us out on WTF Satire on YouTube. This video won't be monetized, but that's fine. Share it anyway.
I don't think anything's gonna be monetized by us.
Yeah, that's true. But share it anyway, and
And like, comment, and subscribe.
Like, comment, subscribe down below. Link is below for the merch. Check us out. Remember, September 17th, 6 p.m.
o'clock.
That's next Sunday.
Comedy Chateau is this Sunday.
It's a little purple building.
This Sunday.
This Sunday, Comedy Chateau. You'll see it all in
It's
there.
also technically next Sunday, right?
No, because it's.
Well, it's the next
this.
Sunday. That's like a huge argument. Like,
It is-
It's like
Okay, so before we go,
next Sunday.
do you say like today's Monday? So I'd say if I say next Monday,
well,
I mean, do I mean
You
I
mean
this
Monday,
Monday coming
next
up?
Monday.
or Monday?
I guess that's a really difficult one because it's currently Monday. So next Monday would be next Monday.
Yeah,
but
but
if
if
you say next Sunday, technically Sunday's the next Sunday.
It is the next Sunday. So see you next Sunday or this Sunday?
This Sunday.
Next Sunday. It's just like next.
This.
Okay. All right, guys. Have a great one. Thank you guys for tuning in, and we are out.
Later.